Data science is a keyword, and over the year of this data science has evolved with other emerging technology like our artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, IoT, robotics. So science brings us insight that are very much essential for the growth of multidisciplinary applications, or we can say the multidisciplinary domains. Like we can use it in our smart city, transportation or manufacturing, business applications, banking, agriculture, education system, as well as our healthcare. So today I would like to emphasize the contribution of the data science in healthcare. So today's session will cover the basic concepts of the data and big data, and what are the how the data science came into the picture, how the we are going for the process of the data science like other life cycles. Then what is the big data along with big data analytics, because ultimately we are preferring as analyze the data, whatever generating the data from the different domain. Then we are going through the content as how the data science is used in the healthcare, and because of that what type of advancement will be the occur in healthcare. Apart from that, what are various use cases or applications which can be the we can say that boosting the with the help of this data science to elevate the healthcare. And while implementing this type of application, what are various challenges is occur, and that challenges how the it can be the overcome in future. That is also we cover within this one. And apart from that, just one skill set what it is very much required for the healthcare data analytics person. So how to become the healthcare data scientist, and general skills what it is required, and healthcare domain specific what it is required, that I will cover within this today's session. So first we go to the basic concept of the data. The year of 2020, what we observed that 90 to 20, 2019 to 20 April, the plus 1.1% of total population is increased, and within that one, 2.5% unique mobile users, they use this mobile users out of this total population, and plus 7.1% internet users are there within that population, and active social media users, which is increases 8.7%. And this report is given by the Global Digital Growth Report. So uh, within the from 19 to 20 and 20 to 21, the lot of difference it is happened due to maybe pandemic issues, or we can say that due to the more peoples are using the internet, or we can say mobile user. So see here, total population in the start of the 2021 or January 2021, the 7.83 billion is the total population is there, and 5.22 billion people use the mobile phone. Equative, we can say that equating towards the 66.6% are the mobile phone users are there, and 4.66 billion internet users. So the power 59.5% of the population, the internet users are there, and 4.20 billion, which is an active social user. And in context with the population, 53.6% the active social media users are there. So see here how much drastic changes are happened, and how much data is generated uh, over the period of the from April 2020 to the 2021. So this is a major challenge to how to maintain, handle, or we can say the knowledge explore from this um, from this generated data. So the because of this one, the data science, big data coming into the picture nowadays. So this is a scenario we can say that, or we can say that maybe January 2021 to maybe November 2021, maybe it may be 60 or the 70% of population urbanization is used this online we can say as a devices. Means what, every time the incremental data is generated, so handling is also one of the major part of this data. Now, when we are saying that is a data, then what is the difference in between the data and the information? Because both are looking like the similar, but what is the difference? Because we are saying that there is a generating the data in previous report, but how we can go for meaningful information? Then we just compare the data and information, where we can say data is nothing but the collection of the facts, and which is nothing but the input to the computer. But information is nothing but what we are exploring the knowledge from the data. Data is always unstructured, information is always the structure. Data, if it is a singular raw data is there, there is no meaningful insight within that one. But information is always having the some, you are preparing the your information in context with the data to achieve our the target. Data is never depend on anything, or not the information, but information is always depend on what type of data is pumping to get the knowledge. So this is a different we can say as the difference in between the data as well as the information. So this is a priority when we are moving towards the data science. First, we should understand what is the data. Is it the reliable for the particular domain or not? How we can convert into the particular meaningful information. This is also the one of the way or strategy we have to form. Now, when we are saying that the data is there, then what are the various categories of the data is there? So here the structured data and semi-structured data, unstructured data is there. So structured data is always in the form of the organized data, or we can say in the form of the table, Excel sheet, databases, SQL databases. This all comes under the structured databases. Apart from that, when we are referring as semi-structured data, which is the combination of that, means HTML, XML, this comes under the semi-structured data. Unstructured data is nothing but the which is not in particular format. The pumping the data from different sources is in any direction or any type of the data, which is we can say as text data, audio data, or we can say as a transaction data, log files, or image or audio data or video data. So because of the more using a smartphone or system or online transaction, the data may be always in unstructured data. So one of the strategy is there to find out the various methods how we can convert into the unstructured data into the structured data, or semi-structured data into the structured data. Here what happened, the structured data is always in organized format, and unstructured data is unorganized format. So first you have to understood the data, then only we can convert into the particular qualitative as well as the structured data. When in a previous report, when I saw, I said that the data is increasing in incremental or exponential manner, then the huge data we can say as a big data. So big data, let us we discuss about the big data. As we have seen in previous slide, how the huge amount of data is generated, which lead to the evolution of the many V's in big data. So previously what happened, the three V's it will started, which is volume, which we can say as the quality or size of the data to make the quality. Velocity, we can say as transfer rate of the data, which is in between the source and destination. And the velocity, this context came only for the checking the speed of the data. So based on the speed of the data, if there is a destination overlapping the data, there may be chance of lose the data. So how we can make the strategy to control in between the source and destination. So because of that, this we came within this picture. Then we have as a variety of data. Previously, I told you that unstructured data is there, which is a different type of data. And this data, it may be in pictures, audio, or video, which will be the arrive from the source to destination. Then how we can make this is a meaningful data. Apart from that, we have the veracity of the data. Ultimate our target is make the prediction by using the different model, and we get the accurate data in particular system. Then only we can make very easy to make the decisions. Then we have the value, which is another V, which is value is nothing but what we can say as the useful data. We have to be understand the data. Either this data is useful for the our model or not. If irrelevant, it can be removed from the particular data set. Then we have validity data, which is a correctness as accuracy of the data which you have to make for the we can say as a result in the form of the accuracy or some statistical parameters. So generally it is validation is very very important in different application to make the quality data, like governance schemes are there, or we can say as insurance schemes are there. Then how we can go for the validation from the huge massive data, that from that one validity came. Then we have the variability of the data. This variability of data is nothing but the dynamical data. Maybe it in some point it may be high speed data. Some point it may be low speed. Depend on the demand, user may access that particular website or particular domain or particular we can say as particular education system. These all the dynamic one. So whenever dynamic behaviors are there, then what type of methods we can use so that we can go for making the sense of that particular data in particular sliding window, or we can say the particular checkpoints. That because our ultimate target is finding the hidden pattern. So the for this purpose, the variability is a very much important nowadays to go different methods. So whatever data is coming from the different sources, it may be one source have the low speed, the other source have the high speed or other type of speed. Then how you are going for the merging this data, that is also very very important. Then another V is there, that is a Venu. Venu is nothing but various types of data which we are using for the our model. It may be distributed data, it may be centralized data, or it is a data model. Whatever we are taking, that things can be comes under the vocabulary. Because similar base also you can save the your data, and describe your data structure based on the various type of data models. And here other one is there, vagueness, the confusion over meaning of the big data and tools. This vagueness is nothing but concern the information which can suggest the what we can say, that it gives us some information, either it is making the ambiguity, or it is a meaning for our the reach to the particular target. So these type of things, apart from this, other V's also there. Just I explained now here as a 10 V's. Previously was the 3V, then 10V. Now it is become the 14, 70, depend on the different domains. They created various type of the V's. When I am preferring as the big data, then how, why it is required? What are the insights pattern you require from that particular big data? So every time the data is not comes under the 10 V's or 14 V's or 3 V's, depend on the type of domain. They maybe comes under any 3 V's, 5 V's, or 6 V's, 10 V's. Then how we can make the insight, the meaningful pattern from the insights, and what are the steps are there, how it is navigated or propagating the data from one stage to another stage. Here, for example, we have taken as the sensors. The sensors may be variable sensors, imaging, spectrography, or microscopy data. We have taken from the various sensors, and it will work as input output state system. You have to see the model, which type of you want to take the input output, what type of databases, what type of cluster, what type of hard drives you require for your output system. Then the platform, which is we want to prefer as graphic processing unit, or central processing unit, or tensor processing unit, depend on, if suppose your image data is there, then we can prefer as a GPU, TPU, and other services. If you don't have, then we are preferring as a cloud services. We can take from the various computing platforms. Then we can apply the method. Because of this huge data, it is not we cannot apply the algorithm at a time. So what we are doing, we are going for the dividing the samples. It may be with replacement, without replacement, depend on the indexing, depend on the streaming, different methods, different scalable algorithms we are using to make the sense of your information. Once the stage of streaming or sampling is over, then we are going for the predictive model, like the classification. Then we are going for the regression. If the continuous data is there, then we are preferring as a regression. And classification, if you want the binary value or multinary value, then we prefer as a discrete values whenever it is there. Then we prefer the classification algorithms. There are various classification algorithm is used in machine learning, like KNN, SVM, that type of predictive models we can prefer. And every model or every algorithm have their own pros and cons of that. Depend on your target, you prefer any one of the classification algorithm. Then nowadays, other apart from that, if you are not going for the sampling directly, if use data is there and you want to see the your model is either how it is useful for decision making, then visualization we are using to get the main sense of your report or visualize the data, which cannot be predicted by the properly by the human being, but your various tools are there which can be used for the visualization. Here we can use Matplotlib, Python, or you can prefer as a R, or you can prefer as Power BI, or we can say as a Tableau, or Click is there. Depend on different companies, different choice. You can prefer it as a visualization tools here. And based on the, once you predictive the model, then you get the some evaluation based on your evaluation parameter. You can make your output related to your domain context. Then how it what type of big datas are, why it is a very much popular in healthcare, because various sources of big data in healthcare. See here, genome sequences is there, or pair the records, or smartphone, because nowadays all things are due to the pandemic. Smartphones are very much user interactive in between the e-health. Apart from that, smart engine data, or drug discovery analysis, then we are preferring as a pharmaceutical research. And nowadays Fitbit, all peoples are nowadays are very much health conscious. They are going for the wearable devices, so that it is very easy to find out their self motivation, as well as the analysis of their themselves. The Apple Watch is there, Google Watch is there. Number of things are available nowadays. We will, I will explain in later slides. Then the medical devices, electrical, EEG signals nowadays we can take it. Depend on that, we can see the psychological effect of the patient, or we can prefer as coma patient. We can think, we can get the information about the cognitive things, and what type of the next decision can be made by the doctor. This type of things can be done if the data, historical data is available. And other things are health records. It may be your EHR, electronic health record, or electronic patient records. Based on that, we can find out either he is visiting number of times to that consulting the doctor or not, and why he is giving the gap in between that, or future prediction, how we can go for that particular patient. These type of use cases we go in next slides. Then there is medical images nowadays. Due to this COVID, what happened? The lungs infections are there. Pre-COVID, post-COVID analysis also we can do with the help of this medical images. So what happened after 6 months also, the different type of side effects are coming. So this long run, each patient data maintain, it is also the very much challenging issue. And see here, whenever we are taking the sources of the big data in healthcare, in the year of 2013, just observe it, the 153 exabyte data is only collected or generated. But now in the year of 2020, 2003 1 hexabyte is data is generated in the year of 2020. So what, every time each sources are increases, depend on the demand, depend on the facility. Every time the sources are increases, media of the, so data generation is increasing. And popular people's also adopting this type of devices to, instead of going to the hospital, they may give the information about themselves through the this particular media. Then we are come to the point as the data science. It is a multidisciplinary field to the extract the knowledge from the data. But when we are preferring the data science word or a buzzword, we have a little bit knowledge about the math and statistics is required, and computer science concept is required. And it should be the data science where you are applying, either it may be in a particular domain, so he should know the domain specific knowledge or business knowledge, then only he can make the data is in qualitative. And statistical parameters, like you can say the Navy based algorithm, Bayesian algorithm can be done with the help of your accuracy. Or similar patients you want to find Jaccard coefficient, so we can use ROC curve is there. The different curve, precision, recall, these are the different measures, statistical measures we are using. Box plot is there to find out your the either it is comes under that particular range of your data or not. And apart from that, we have that histogram analysis is there, binning methods are there. It is a choice. It is not that you have to fix, and hard rules are not there to use this one. Depend on your selection of your machine learning algorithm for that particular data to achieve the particular target. The what statistical measures are required, that you can decide, user can be the decide to do the particular process. Then it is a very very important stages are there, which is how the process it is going on. Because uh, we know general life cycle, we know the machine learning models, then what is a data science process also very important. Here what happened, first stage of this one, you have to go for the problem framing. You have to find out what is the domain and what type of problem you have to frame. The it may be your problem is research oriented, and what type of project main theme is there to get the knowledge about that one, so you can clearly concrete your problem statement. Second one is retrieving the data through the data acquisition. Collect the data from different open source online repository or customer relation management, or you can say as a feedback or one-to-one interaction or face-to-face interaction, and note down this data. But nowadays all are prefer as a Google sheet, they are sending to different people, and taking the information related to their whatever their behavior or their symptoms or their opinion. So when they are giving this information in online, before that we should know that what attributes should be the preferred for our Google form or any query. Question based you can ask, query based you can ask, or you can may take the live data through your descriptive knowledge. So this is also the one of the research area where how to prepare the data queries, so that you get the most relevant data from the different resources, or end users or patient or doctor. You have to make your questionnaire base, or we can say as a attribute base, or we can say as your voice base. You can take the information, it may be in para, then how we can take the particular keyword for the your problem, or making the data set. But nowadays who is Kaggle is there, Nugget is there. We are getting the various online UCI repositories are there, where we are getting the lot of data with the predefined, means pre-process also. Oh, already over, just we have to take and do our model, or develop the build the model. But what is my opinion, if the researcher is there as a participant, you have to make your interactive data, you make yourself your questionnaire base. You find out if you are making the question, one question can give the different answers. Because my student, she did the one data, she prepared the one data set which is related to the after COVID, before COVID, either the COVID patient or not the COVID patient, and what is the impact of the lockdown. She developed her own hypothesis related to that, and she gave the questionnaire to the doctors and patients, her mother, her family members, her friend circle, and she has taken the live data because already built-in pre-processed data is online available. You are not doing anything. You are already available the machine learning algorithms. You are applying and doing the process. But when you are getting the incomplete data and not the quality data, but sometimes they are missed, sometimes they are given the age or not, like that. If the data is there, then you have to design your own hypothesis, you have to design your own concept. Because of this concept, I can make this data missing value can be filled with a particular value. This type of hypothesis you have to design yourself, make the list of that. And how, suppose you are getting the huge data related to that, then how we can if manually we cannot check either there is a outlier or ambiguity data is there, then you can go for your exploratory data analysis. So with, because of this, you can transform the data into the qualitative data, and even if the quantity is there. So in data preparation, data cleaning is there. These are the sub steps of that data preparation. One is a data cleansing. The whenever they did, why it is a required the data cleansing, because maybe the error may be from the data entry, or physically some impossible values are entered, some missing values are there, or a outlier are there, or there is a any data within the numeric value, some what we can say, the spaces are there, that identify also required. Apart from that, you have to check if healthcare is there, you have to check the codes of that medical terminology. These all things can be go for used into the data cleansing. Then data transformation is one of the method for the your data preparation, where you can aggregate the data, you can exploit the data, you can use the from the one attribute you can make the derive attribute or derive measures, or by using the feature selection method, you can reduce the number of features from your use attributes. Apart from that, in data preparation, you can combine the data by using the set operator, or merging the data, or we can integrate the data if the data is from different sources. The next stage is exploitation. How we can go for exploitation? Through the exploratory data analysis, it may be your graphical representation, or you are making the link in between the uh, brush uh, semantic way, or you are going for the simple graphs for your uh, exploratory data analysis. Then we are preparing the our model, the data model. Once the data is cleaned, quality, and less attributes. Why it is required the less attribute? The you get the time complexity can be the reduce, and space complexity also reduce for making your model. So this the ultimate, we are selecting the model planning. We can plan the model now. Either it may be the classification or regression, depend on your data set and depend on your target. You can prefer the classification or regression. If prefer the classification, what type of classification algorithm we can use, or if we prefer the regression, then what type of regression analysis we can use for that one. Once you build the model, train the model, then we are applying the testing the data by using the evaluation parameters. So either our model is best or not, either it is a fit for that particular domain specific problem or not. Based on that, we have to check the training data with after train the model, you are generating the test checkpoints. Based on that, it may be in the form of rules, it may be in the form of the value, or it may be any checkpoints are there. Then we can check test our data, and if it is that rule is whatever you generated the rule from the training data, the testing data when you apply or give to the feed to the model, if you are getting the prediction, either it may be the available or not available, cancer or not cancer, this type of if it is the correct way, then accuracy is we can say the perfect accuracy or improving the accuracy. But wrong prediction whenever it is given, then again you have to retrain the model, check what are the problems are there, either it may the model or in the form in the your data. Again you go for this particular iteration process. Once you complete it, then you are you testing due to this testing, you are getting the visualization pattern, or through the visualization hidden pattern can be get within this particular data. Then only you can deploy the model to the any particular domain. So these are the various stages of data science process. First is define the problem, then acquisition of the data, then prepare the data into the quality format, then plan for the model, select the best model for the target, and build the model with your training and testing. Generally we are taking as 80/20 is a common for that, but you have to check it, because sometimes imbalanced data is there. Then how we can go for the 80/20, it is not a suitable. Then you have to vary the training data as well as the testing data, and check the your parameters, evaluation parameters, how much increase the efficiency or accuracy or your precision or recall, whatever it is there. So this can be the, then at that level you can say that if this type of data set is available or we are using for this model, then if we go for the training so and so percentage of the data set, and testing is so and so percentage of the data, the our model is best fit for this particular domain. This is a very very important of the data science process. Then we are going for the what are the come to our healthcare picture, because it is very very important in big healthcare as a big data. The role of the big data in always very important in not only the healthcare, but it is in different domain. Because when you are going for training and testing, if small sample of data is there, then we cannot get the we can say the set of rules not to generate properly. But if use data is there, then you have to get the number of combination process and number of statistical parameter, or you can say the depend on the your algorithm, you get the more type of rules, so that it is very applicable for the testing data. So big data in healthcare is very important. Where the data what type of data is generated in the healthcare through the big data is first is initial stage of that diagnose and the collect the data, or we can say that samples from the patient we have taken. It may be any type of samples, it may be x-ray report, or it may be any samples are there which data, if suppose it is in numeric, then we are preferring as a machine learning algorithm. But image data is there, then we are preferring as a deep learning concept we are preferring. And if time series based, if we are going for that, then a recurrent neural network or LSTM we are preferring like that. So this is the first stage, diagnose, collect the data, then analyze the data, depend on what type of samples you have taken. And from that, from that the what we can say diagnosis or samples, check the specific disease of the patient and compare with the existing database, whatever it is available along with the treatment. If it is there, then follow up your drug therapy. Computational can be done with the help of your next stage, and you can give the treatment within the short nanoseconds of the time, because already so and so type of disease is there. This type of prescription and this type of medicine we have to provide, it is available. Then it is your computerized base model is created, so immediately we are getting the information. And this not directly we are getting, depend on the symptoms. Maybe the number of symptoms have the similar diseases, but one any other symptom is there which will be the very, either it may be malaria or dengue or any chikungunya or something. So that particular symptom or that particular attribute is checked to vary vary the your what we can say the drugs, or you can say as a prescription of that particular doctor. Then again, you, if it is not available, because previously nobody know that COVID is came, so what, it is not in database, but after some days or some time, what happened, they trained what are the various symptoms are coming, what type of things are going on. Number of in WhatsApp also home remedies are posted, or some are giving the daily you have to take the vaporization, or some other tablets are there which you have to take. But nobody know at the initial stage that what type of symptoms will come coming, and either it is the malaria or jaundice or chikungunya or COVID. But after some days, whenever we have the some problem, based on that only they analyze and they train the model. Means what, your database is refined here to make the model. Means every time you are going for retraining the model. If it is not available in your database, again you have to train with that, again you have to do the process, so that it is very easy to next future prediction can be done with the help of this one. Then we have the data analytics, because here I am saying that analyze and store. Then what type of business analytics, or we can say the data analytics are there? Generally, there are four type of data analytics. One is descriptive analytics, diagnostic and predictive, and prescriptive analysis. Descriptive means whatever happening uh, in the uh, in maybe business, or in maybe in healthcare. So what type of it will be the happen with the help of historical data. You have to check whenever, for example, if suppose patient is there, first time he visited to the hospital, they are asking the complete historical background of him, and they are assigning one ID for him, so that whenever registration is there, first registration, if you are visiting the first time to the hospital, at that time they are asking the lot of question. That lot of question answers they are keeping as a historical record, and after that they are going from one stage to another stage to the doctor. So doctor get the some idea about your complete historical background along with the family background also. Every time they are asking, you have the sugar or BP or your parents, these all things are going on. If suppose it is a chronic disease or diabetic disease or the heart problems or anything which is a genetical oriented diseases are there, they are asking about that one. Then only, and apart from that, they are asking about the allergies, what type of allergy you have. So this is a historical information. Only once you are giving to that type of analysis is your descriptive analytics. Then diagnostic means you have why it is a happening, what is the root cause is there. That things can be done with the help of diagnostic. I will explain in next slides as a healthcare oriented, but it is a generalized data analytics model with different layers are there. And this is a third one is there as a predictive what's likely to happen. Means what is a historical pattern which is used to predict the specific outcome by that particular algorithm, which is automatically make the decision. That can be the given by your predictive model. Prescriptive based on this all three, means extension of the your predictive, what we should give the recommended, or doctor can give the some recommendation about that one. It may be any what physiotherapy, or they may recommend some medicine, or they may recommend some the diet based on the age, based on your allergies, based on your historical, based on the level of severity. They are giving the different doctors are giving the some prescription. These are the general idea about the data analytics, which is varying from the four levels: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. So here the uh, in context with the health analytics, we can say that descriptive analytics foundation is what happened in the history or past, what is happening now. Means you are taking the series of analysis of that data. Historically, what is there any this issue raised previously also? Headache, or it may be pain, or something, chest pain, or anything. Is it first time, or already it gone through that one? So this type of series of questions can be the asked by the uh, uh, we can say doctor or receptionist, uh, for making the historical data. And generally they are making the report and measuring the monitoring your weight, as well as your what we can say the sugar level. All things can be checked once, and they are asking previously it is you have this type of high bp or low bp. That type of questionnaire is occur in a descriptive analytics. And generally it is used the interactive report dashboard, scorecards are there, which is generally we can say the retrospective descriptive. And another phase is the diagnostic analytics, why it is a happen and what is the relationship in between these two symptoms, or what are the root causes are there, and why it is a affect on your now what is your behavior, or in your health symptoms. That can be given by the diagnostic analytic. And diagnostic analytic, generally we are using the data mining and statistical tool or spreadsheet or olap tool, or we are going for the decision tree. Either the cancer is there or not, breast cancer is yes or not, either the sportive person want to move play in next match or not. Depend on this, this all type of diagnostic can be, that type of decision can be made by the diagnostic analytics. Then we are going for the predictive analytics. What will be the happen in future if it is a continuum, the severity level of that particular patient is increases, or it may be the goes down. That can be future prediction also we can take with the help of this predictive analytics. And tools and techniques, generally we are using the what if conditions, or you can say what if analysis. And machine learning techniques we can apply, or we can go for the visualization to check the continuous monitoring process with the help of this predictive analytics. Next is a prescriptive analytics. It is a one strategy. You have to plan the one strategy based on the previous three analytics. So foundation means basic information should be required. Another, what type of intermediate operations can be, or treatments is undergone the process, and what effect it will occur within that particular diagnostic way. Based on this all four levels, it will come to the prescriptive analytics. How it should be the future scenario will be the happen. So this formulate your optimization by using your linear or non-linear programming you can use, or you can use the discrete modeling for prescriptive. Just here I want to say one thing about this one. When my student in 2015, he prepared the one questionnaire as based on the some hypothesis, and he developed the one model. In future, even if you are in childhood, after 20 years, either you are going for the obesity problem or not. That type of thing, he developed the model by using the his data mining algorithm. And before that, he has taken the different questionnaire base habit, based on the habit, sleeping time, and have hobbies, based on the hobbies. And from childhood to your young age, means engineering, what are the different uh, changes is happened. That type of model he developed in the 2015. He developed that model, and it is a successful for that. Obesity or not, he has taken not only the Indian data, he has taken from the data from the Arabian, and some other his friend circle from the US. He has taken the food analysis also at that time. So this type of thing you can do with the help of from descriptive analytics stage to the prescriptive analytics. Then we can go for the detail about the descriptive analytics. Here you can use, it is a basic stage, or you can say that basic analytics program is there. Here what you have to just take the historical data, and you have to check the correlation between, not more, but a little bit correlation in between the data variables and information elements you have to take. And generally we are using here in descriptive analytics tools are there, which is spreadsheet, ERP, reporting tools, or your warehouse you can use. And how we can explore this descriptive analytics by using the visualization, by using the bar chart, pie chart, or tabular chart, or trends detection. You can take the seasonal disease also, you can predict with the help of that. And we can take continuous monitoring in this descriptive analytics. So in context with the healthcare, we can see that ki, healthcare decision and implication of on the service performance is depend upon the what type of clinical outcomes will come. So before that, the check the behavior of the patient, not the behavior means what, how it is, like that. Why did this patient go to the hospital in the last week? Itself, you ask the question. So why it is a, or what is a problem? What is a problem are there, so that he went to the hospital? What is the historical reasons are there, because of that he is a he was a hospital hospitalized? What is the percentage of dropping the home therapy in the last month? This step, what question, whenever it comes under the your discrete descriptive analytics. Apart from that, we are going for the second type of analytics, diagnostic analytics. Here what happened, the tools which we are using for that one is means extension. Whatever we asked the question in previous one, we are we are checking the reason why it is a happening. Means why did this patient goes to the hospital in the last week? Why did the patient leave the home therapy? He joined as a in a hospital. This type of reasons you can find out with the help of diagnostic analytics. And the tools used for the diagnostic analytics is data warehouse, data lake, business intelligence software, data mining technique, and different type of data management platforms. The various applications means outcome of this diagnostic analytic, you can get with the help of visualization and reports, identify the customer preferences or customer behavior, or find out the relationship in between different variables, or you can say the different symptoms that can become under your diagnostic analytics. Here we are just finding the root causes why we are finding the answer of the previous analytics descriptive what is the reason if it is there. With the help of diagnostic why it is happen, we are finding the answer of the previous analytics. Then we have the predictive analytics. Here we are going for the, it is a very very important to find out the complex, to solve the complex problems, because it is a, we are getting in the form of descriptive manner of the data. Then how we can convert or more focus on the that use of that information. So for this purpose we are using the tools are same, only the two approaches, we are two tools we are using. One is machine learning algorithm, another one is our the forecasting technique. And it can be the display, or we can get the outcome through the risk assessment or fraud detection or predicting the demand or occupancy. So which patient will have the highest risk of the hospitalization in the next week, not this week. Depend on that. So that why we are going for this type of question, because the all pre-stage of the arrangement can be arranged in the hospital if that particular resources are not available. So emergency, most emergency maybe happen in next week or next month. So number of staffs should be the increase, number of devices, whatever required for that. That type of risk assessment can be provide whenever we require through the our predictive analytics. Then this is generally we used in the COVID-19 this type of predictive analytics, because beds requirement were there. Apart from that, oxygen ventilators required. These all things can be the within the short span of second. We have to find out the predictive model, so that there is no there is no type of any other type of problems will be the happen, because the recovery stage of that patient we are getting the information properly. Then we can say the how much time patient should be the hospitalized in the hospital, so that what bed availability can get. And if suppose the length of the if the number of patients are coming on particular day, so what type of specialized doctors, what depend on the different diseases and symptoms, uh, extra resources should be the provide to them. This type of analytics can be done with the help of this predictive analytics. Not only the treatment, we can say the drugs, pharmaceutical also very very improvement stage can be done with the help of predictive analytics. Last analytics is there, the prescriptive analytics. What do I need to do? So here also same tools we are using, but it is related to the decision support. It is there. Why prescriptive analytics? Generally, it is give that what is the extra treatment may be prevent, or any extra provision is required to recover the his health. That type of things can be analyzed in the your prescriptive analytics. These are the various type of analytics are there, which generally we are using in our it may be business, or it may be healthcare, or it may be any other domain. Depend on the domain, the end user can be changed, and the questionnaire also change. Then what is the impact of the data science is very important, because previously just we have seen gone through only the data analytics. Then where is the role? What is the role in the data science in the healthcare? Because of the data, data is increased, generated more and more in number of businesses. Then how the end user can be satisfied? How we can give the strategy with the help of this data analysis, or with the help of this data science. It may be customer satisfaction, or it may be patient satisfaction, or it may be any other end user satisfaction. That is our ultimate goal. So the data, whatever data science is there, it is defined as the domain of the study which will be the uh, using, or which will deal with the vast volume of the data. And already we learned the various we saw there the various type of views depend on your domain. Number of views can be the deal with your modern tools and techniques we can use for finding the hidden patterns, which will be the very very important to make the decision. It may be in a prescriptive stage, or it may be for the predictive stage. And generally data science is used for the your data science uses the different type of machine learning algorithm to make or to build the predictive models. And data always we are taking from the different sources, multiple sources, and it is various type of format of the data. So how we can go for the data preparation, which I already explained you. Then only we are making we can make the accurate decision for that particular data analysis. And for data science is always help to the advancement in the healthcare facility and the process, which is help to get the more accurate, precious diagnosis and treatment. And quick processing can be done within the workflow of the healthcare system, so that we, due to this smooth running of this workflow, maybe number of people or number of patient may be saved through this data science analysis. So the ultimate goal of this healthcare system is always to ease of the workflow of the healthcare system, reduce the risk of the treatment failure, because already we are analyze the historical data. Based on that we are making the model. So generally our target is always to reduce the risk of the treatment failure, and within the time, within the stipulated time, we have to provide the proper treatment, so that we can save the life of the people. And our to avoid the emergency due to non-availability of the doctors. This is also, but nowadays also people is not believe that the system will give the information and we have to provide. So that is one of the challenge. It is nowadays also it is going on. And more is the to reduce the waiting time of the patient. You have to give the appointment scheduling of the patient to the doctors, so that automatically you have to come to the hospital at that time, or it may be online offline. So we can reduce the waiting time of the patient with the help of our data science in the healthcare. The drug discovery is one of the use case which with our data science, because drug discovery is a highly complicated area. And the various pharmaceutical industry are depend upon the data science to solve the problem, to create the better drugs for the people in less cost. So this is also the one of the one research area based on the geonomy, based on the historical data, which type of personalized drug we can provide, that can be given with this drug discovery research area. And drug discovery also involves in the financial expenditure and heavy testing. So with the help of your data science, historical data, we can reduce the time consuming process for your drug discovery. And with the help of our machine learning algorithm, we can give the different type of hidden patterns from the your successive rate of your prediction of that particular drug. We can do with the help of that process. And see here, this is a broad phases are there. We have taken the data from the biological data from the different sources and normalize the data if it is not the qualitative data, identify the disease signals in the biological data set, then generate the model, automated model, based on the your mathematical disease model, or either it is a suitable for that particular disease, that drug or not. And after that you identify the feature from the model to guide the drug classification. Then we are preferring as the last stage for deploying. At that time we are checking that analyze the candidate analysis and classify the efficiency of or efficacy of the drug by using the machine learning. Means everywhere you have the different, these are the phases, or maybe subsequent phases may be add. But first stage is always the data extraction. What type of data we have taken, either it is required the preparation or not. Based on that only, you can move on to the your model generation to analysis of your particular data through the your machine learning. Then this is another use case is there for tracking and preventing the disease. Here what happened, the data science play the major part in monitoring the patient in COVID-19 and notifying the necessary to order the payment for the disease from the occurring. And it is a very much powerful predictive analytical tool. Not only the COVID, it is also chronic disease at early level. Suppose we take one example as contact tracing find in the COVID-19. See here, suppose the one patient have the confirmed case, which is isolated and provide the care. And we are asking about the contacts. Previously, he contact to whom. So suppose four people she contacted before the confirm the case. At that time, two are again confirmed, and this path is traversing to that. If the contact show the symptoms are test positive, again he has to the patient this contact person also the isolate and ask about the contact of this person, either he contacted to the other person or not. If he is contacted, it check that within these three only one is the positive test is confirmed the case, then again cyclic process will be done with the help of this. If it is contacted but no, it not show the no, not showing the showing the symptoms after incubation period, then we can say that there is a not at risk for the particular disease. Other track is there. If suppose we are not able to contact him, or he is not definitely sure about that one, then there may be chance of the what spreading the disease. If he is a confirmed case, then there may be chance of the what spreading that particular COVID, or we can say the that disease. So this is a, one of the challenge research area where you can check, because here it is a directly path we are getting. But if the missing the contact or missing that one, how we can find out the risk, find out the that person contact, and how we can check the tracking, how we can check tracking the person to person behavioral analysis. That is also one of the major challenge. And here other path is tracking, is contact tracking is there. For example, after some days, the tested positive, then what it is happened, if tested positive, confirm the case from this contact to this contact, and this contact it is a confirm, then isolate the care and ask about the number of people who contacted, so that we can tracking them, who even if it is not a risk, or the people are in risk, we can continuous track the people and check that either they are communicating with what type of people, either they have the some symptoms or not. This tracking system can be done even if there is no risk for in particular days, then there is not required. But missing contact or confirmed cases contacts are there, continue we have to track about that person, other people. So what is our target? It should not be further spreading should be the happen. This type of tracking, contact tracking can be done with the help of our data science. Every time we have to track, generate the data, and check it how it is, in which area that person went, and either that it's a red alert area or it is not. Based on that only we can communicate the next procedure and alert to that person and alert to the other people who are contacted to that person. This is one case study we can think about the tracking and preventing the diseases. Then other use cases there, which is an administrative task, which providing the virtual assistance. It may be through the digitize your health history forms, or it is a your EHR data management or appointment scheduling or insurance verification. Once you are still hospitalized, the insurance verification automatically can be done with the help of this. Whatever you are submitting to the hospital, the medical authorization, the eligibility, how much you are getting the your repay from the insurance company. These all can be done automatically with the help of your virtual assistant. And medical billing also, within this billing, whenever it make directly go to the your insurance company to the person, and all these can be relevant to each other. And it is a basically administrative task. It is a one of the we can say as virtual assistants use case in healthcare. This customers, this is your administrative end. Second one is your customer support. Whatever the queries are there through the patient or the doctor or a hospital, then the online receptionist or email support, phone support, text support, online chat support we are getting, and patient whatever general questions of the patient can be answering through your what, or what type of contact, if suppose you want to get the appointment from for that specialist or that doctor, the voice message can be dropped down to this process. These type of things can be done with the help of virtual assistants. A third aspect of this area is in virtual assistance is creative and technical task, which is generally we are using for digital marketing, content writing, or we can say that social media management, customer, how the customer or patient can be the engaged continuously to that particular hospital, website development, so it can be the support to the patient online only through a e-health, and IT support, and the medical software setup like diet alert, or what we can say the alerting the system to take your medicine, or that type of software also we can develop with for a Alzheimer patient or elderly people also. For this purpose we can make the model virtual assistants. This is depend upon the your mobile app, or you are taking some IoT devices, and this can be the tracked by the caretaker people. This is also one of the use case of this creative and technical task of this one. And while we are going for the monitoring the patient in different scenarios, or you want to track the patient, then telehealth is nowadays very much popular. the wearable devices can track the heartbeat, temperature, other medical parameter depend on the that particular device. The data can be collected, and which can be useful for the data science to analyze. The taxonomy of the telehealth is categorized into three. Either it may be you can go to the your tele-education system, you give the some awareness to the people, and you make the your model, you make your app to get the education to the people. Or you can go for the telemedicine, prepare the drug, which is or give the some medicine, which will be the as a physiotherapy activities or anything you can give the patient. Then patient portal is there where the patient can be stored the complete data. And here when we are going for the telemedicine, there are the different categories are there. Remote patient monitoring, or you store the what you have taken. Suppose I have taken the 50 grams of the rice, so it will be the automatically if dietitian app I am using, because number of companies are providing the different type of apps. If you enter the data into that, or you can take scan the or taking the photo snapshot of that particular item, automatically that image is converted into the data and stored into this particular databases. So that in future, instead of asking directly to the patient how what type of 1 week what diet you have taken, so instead of that, automatically it give the information through this app, or through this mobile, or through this any other devices. So because of that, telehealth is very much popular in different area. You can develop the model in tele-education, or you can develop interactive patient care. You can develop it, either it may be website or some mobile interface you can use for that, or you can go for the patient portal. These are the different use cases comes under your telehealth. Just now I told you that there is a monitoring the patient health in the 4 steps. You have to provide the remote patient monitoring for the variety of the condition. It's depend on the what type of symptoms is there. Based on that, you collect the data of the patient. And but whenever you are providing the device to that particular patient, you have to take the consent about that, because it is a issue of the security and privacy. So the patient is agree with that, then you deploy the remote patient monitoring. Either it may be into the patient home, or pocket, or ring, or watch, whatever the different devices are there. Then from this we can collect the data from the health data from the patient through this device, and record sometimes some data it is vital, which the patient can frequently, or depend on the condition, sometimes he has to enter the data into that. And that data can be the monitor, and check the risk level. And based on that, the doctor can provide the alert system or early warning system to that particular patient. This is a very very important slide in my aspect, because here the every time it is a very easy to wearable devices. But nowadays, what type of wearable devices are launching in the market? Just we go by one scenario, where the what type of particular wearable devices are launched. First one is the stress busting headband is there, which is innovative by the Introxon. It is a brain sensing headband, which is giving the app and a headband gap communication in between the app and headband. And it gives the breathing through your breathing through the changing the sounds of weather, based on the real time state your brain to be the simulate. or reduce the symptoms which is associated with the stress level or depression level or anxiety. This all can be the predicted with the help of your this stress band. And the second one is a blood pressure monitor, which is already you know very well about this one. This is a one other company is there, which is a Omron. They gave the medical tracker, BP tracker is there to take the oscillometric measurements, and this device is also be programmed to take the reading in the night also instead of the device. It also take the night, and directly it whatever the analysis or simulation it is going on, it goes to the doctor directly. It move on to the doctor. The third wearable device, just I want to say that that is a irregular heartbeat checkup. This is you know very well your Apple Watch, which is include the completely detect the arterial vibration, a common abnormal heart rhythm that can be increase the heart stroke. So it will check the heart stroke of this one. The Apple Watch nowadays it is included this type of things in smart or you can say the Apple Watch. Then here the smart tattoo. This smart tattoo researcher from the Harvard and the MIT, they have developed the embedded health sensor. Here this is a tattoo like health sensor is there, which is into the you can embed into the human skin using the smart tattoo ink, which can change the color according to the chemistry of the body fluid. Means it gives the complete information. It is a partial product, not the again they just check the tattoo ink is a change if the based on the inertia of the human body. They are again in progress to do the some work for the health. Another one is ultraviolet sensors are there. This company is Laurel. Laurel ultraviolet sensor help the people to track how much time they have to be spent in the sun from the morning hours only, and based on that, the communication device can warn or give the information about that. Give how much time again they have to spend under ultraviolet sensors. And other one is generally this ultraviolet sensor you can use maybe finger ring or maybe sunglasses. But that is a media for your checking the your how much time you spend into under the sun radiation. Then next is the intelligent thermometer, which you know very well about that intelligent thermometer, which can be the check the temperature. It is a smart thermometer which continually sends the record and send the alerts to the parents or the doctor related to what to, even if this it is a look like a patch, so you can under arm if this patch is stick, then parents also instead of sitting near the children, they can check continue monitor the temperature of that particular children through this intelligent thermometer. Next is you have the artery declogging is there, which is a maximum use for the caterpillar, which can be real minimal invasive procedure can be done with the help of this artery declogging. Then phobia treatment is there. It is a very important nowadays. It is based on the virtual reality used to treat the variety of the phobia with the what with the help of this psychologist. 360-degree videos place the user in different level of the anxiety and scenario, which encourage them to what reduce their anxiety and manage their reduce the anxiety and reduce manage their fear. So reduce the fear purpose. This phobia treatment it is used. nowadays. Then smart contact is there. It is a contact lens like this. It will check the this smart contact is working on the smart contact lens, which will measure the, or we can say glucose level can be checked with the help of this smart contact lens. Apart from that, smart insulin patches is there. This insulin patches is a micro macrons needle is there, which with the patch, which are able to monitor the glucose level. Another one is virtual doctor, which you know very well about this one. And this is a wearable ECG, which is a wearable ECG directly chest. You can stick with your chest this band, and it is a wireless communication will be the happen, and directly you are getting the ECG testing from this wearable ECG. And next one is uh, we can say as our implantable wearable, which is a digital health discovered to microscopic sensors for different area. Depend on that, they are planning through the nanotechnology. They are planning for every time to reduce the size of the sensors, so that but more benefits can be provided by that sensor, but the size of should be the very easy to uh, handle by the patients. These are the various healthcare devices which is launched in different scenario. Then we are going for the data science for the medical imaging. You know very well about that. The deep learning nowadays, it is very much useful to take the your granular level information from the deep learning. And this deep learning, with the help of this deep learning process, we are getting the more data to what to make the proper decision. So here various type of generally we are using in medical imaging areas. One is a anomaly detection algorithm for the this algorithm we are using for identify the airline fracture or bone fracture or displacement through the medical image analysis. And image processing algorithm we are using here to analyze the images and enhance and denoising them. You know that lung cancer or lung infection, and the other is brain cancer. These all can be by using the various type of image processing methods. We used to find out uh, the micro level uh, problems also we can predict with the help of this image processing algorithm through the, even if the data is generated more. Apart from that, descriptive image recognition algorithm we are using, which is extracting the data or visualizing the data from the images, which can be interpreted to get the more what happened. One of the example of this one is image fusion is there. Suppose the X-ray data is there, MRI is there. Then instead of carry the two test reports, you can find out the algorithm which can be the fuse. It may be the point base you have to take, because every test reports are having their own aspects. X-ray have in different scenario, MRI we have the different scenario. For this purpose only we are going for this lab pathologies testings. So why we should not make the one report which can be the used for the only our, with the help of data fusion, we have to make only the one report which can give the complete information about, even if it is a X-ray, even if it is a MRI or any CT scan, whatever it is there, we have to generate that type of data analysis. Then data science for genomic, which you know very well previously also I explained you the how we can use for this. The depend on the sequencing based on this DNA. arrangement and all genus organism. We can plan for the future prediction diseases, what type of prediction data diseases may be come, or we can find out the drugs also, medicines also, based on the geonomy structure. For this purpose, the data is a lot of data should be the collect from this and apply the different type of methods to find out this solution. Generally, we are using the tools for the genomics as MapReduce, which will be the generally used for any type of domain, and use amount of generic data whenever it is there. MapReduce is used for this to find out the genetic sequence within the short time. And SQL, you know that the genomic data with various databases, we can store in such a way that retrieval also come within the short time, and computation also it will take less time for that. Another GeoAbus application is used for the biomedical researcher as a Galaxy, which perform the research on the geonomy to do the specific operations with the help of this Galaxy tool. Bioconductor is there, which is used for the analysis of the genetic data. Here we can use the different type of soft computing techniques also to develop the particular model. Then the predictive analytics in healthcare, which will be the start from the healthcare data and explore. Then we are going for transform, because it is a heart of, we can say, the major role of predictive analytics in healthcare, run the show of this healthcare. And because of that, we have to more concentrate on predictive analytics. It can be help the management of the chronic diseases. It efficiently monitor and analyze the demand for the pharmaceutical aspect, and it always observe, predict the, we can give the particular diagnosis based on the patient condition. And apart from that, we can provide the faster documentation from the hospital data to to the next stage treatment. And not only that, depend on the resources as our doctors also, if available, then how utilize if the more number of patients are there, that also we can do with the help of predictive analytics. And generally predictive analytics always used for the protect from the medical crisis and improve the patient health. Then data science, these are the use cases which is specific for the general skill set. If anybody want to involved into as a, as a healthcare domain only, they want as a data scientist in healthcare domain, then they require the some generalized skill set. And another one is related to the healthcare skill set is required to him. And the generalized skill set is he know very well about the different machine learning algorithm. Generally supervised his machine learning algorithm is always used for the training and testing the data if the class labels are known. And there are two methods generally we are using for that. One is a classification, another one is a regression we are using. And into, if suppose you want to classify the data into the specific category, at that time we are preferring as what a classification of the classification method. Here we can check the patient either cancerous or not, or patient should be the having the some other diseases. This type of classification, or group of the people comes under that particular disease, these type of things can be done with the help of classification. Then a regression method is there, which is generally used for the modeling and forecasting for the future numeric values. Predict the how many months will be needed to treat the patient. Means what? Even if descriptive all things are available, then it is a curable, recoverable patient or not, or if it is a recoverable, how many days or how many months required to recover that particular patient, that is given by the your regression. And if suppose the number of patients are more in the hospital, then how the within that particular shift, how many number of staff is needed to attend to the patient, that also we can done with the help of regression. Means what, we have to find out, depend on the historical data, we are getting the some idea about the shifting. This type of shift is there, then number of patients are more number of patients are coming, then more number of staff, not only the staff, other resources also we can provide, depend on the that particular shift. So this is one skill set required by the generalized skill set for the that person who are very much interested, or researcher very much interested in healthcare analytics. Then it is a unsupervised learning, which is a well known you about this one, which is arranged based on the similarity and dissimilarity. So clustering is one of the method. Here the different type of clustering algorithms are available, and this clustering algorithm depend on your specification. You can opt any one of this clustering algorithm, and this clustering algorithm is used for grouping the patient health records by the similarity base, which is used for the qualitative and quantitative similarity among the among your high utilizing patient. You have to find out the grouping. You are differentiating the grouping for the similarity base of that high similarity for utilizing this particular scenario based on the patient health records. Next use case is time series analysis. Hospital management is very, very important. It may be your administrative side, or it may be your marketing side, or it may be your operational side. Then the based on the interval base, you can provide the, or based on the seasonal base, the number of resources can be provided to the in the hospital, so that it can run the hospital smoothly. And based on that only, the forecasting the growth, we can get the, with the help of time series analysis, we can also forecast the growth of the particular healthcare sector. Then these are the generalized skill set required for the data scientist in healthcare. Apart from that, natural language processing is a very important nowadays, which is used for text to speech or text or speech, which will be the convert into the particular key element, and which is helpful for the disease prediction, or we can say the find out the future prediction of the disease complication, and improve the quality of the record, because we are going for the standardized format of the records. And claim process, feedback analysis, whatever we are taking for the hospital, either it may be mouth to in the what questionnaire base you are taking the feedback analysis, or voice base, or review base. These all things can be done with the help of natural language processing. Means the data scientist should have the some idea about the machine learning techniques. Then the data scientist, when I am saying in the healthcare, the what is the role of this data scientist is always implement the all technique to integrate the healthcare software, and based on the predictive model, extract the hidden pattern. The ultimate goal of the, what is the role of this data scientist is, the he has to collect the data from the patients. It may be depend on what type of collection of method, data collection method he is using, analyze the need of the hospital, and structured the and sort, or you can say the format, restructuring the data for the use, or means qualitative data, it should be the form. Then apply the analytics tool, and after that find out the pattern by using the machine learning algorithm and build the model de- and build the model with different development teams communication and deploy to the in healthcare system. Then this is another skill. It is very very important to data science if they are working in healthcare domain. They should know that some little bit healthcare specific skills, generally the medical coding classification system, the codes, because every disease they have the, suppose this is a international classification of disease which is defined as ICD. It consists of detailed description of the diseases and include the symptoms, complaints, abnormal findings, social circumstances, and external cause of the medical condition. So you should know that about the some little bit knowledge about the medical coding for the purpose of the classification system, which is available in international and national way. Apart from that, other terminology is required to him, that is related to the basic concept of the medical or a code what is assigned to the by the AMA, or we can say American Medical Association, which represent the different type of procedures along with the services which is related to the, these two are healthcare specific skills are required to analyze the patient record, because we don't know the code, then how we can go for the analyze the patient code, patient record. Because of that, something little bit code medical concept, medical terminology is required. uh, um, uh, Whatever standards are available, if suppose we gone through that, then it is very easy to analyze the patient record. Billing operation also we can do, and it is very easy to future prediction as well as the current scenario of the mortality of the, as well as the mobility statistic also can be analyzed by the healthcare specific data science. Scientists should be the healthcare specific skills. Then apart from that, this is a related to the coding. These codes should be the required for understood the codes for that particular disease symptom and all. Apart from that, he should have the little bit knowledge about the database where the data is stored. Generally here the National Information Center or health service research, lot of things are available, but general I have taken this one of the database, which is NICSR shares the health services on website. It is a freely open. So based on the your healthcare databases, code, healthcare skill, and generalized skills, where data scientists can study the data chart and understand the data bases repositories, format the statistical analysis by using the survey or data tool to get the public health forecasting and hospital management,
other participant है.
drug and research and developments. The last topic is there, which is related to the challenges. Even if now automation is going on, but various challenges are there, which is very
Other
much
students will
important.
be
The data collected was nowadays also some area, the data was data collected was very unorganized and inaccurate. So this is also one of the problem which we have to solve. And the correct balance, privacy is very important in between the patient and the doctor or our digital health service also very important. And the other challenges is that the data standardization and maintaining the privacy is also very important, because the behavior of the patient or trust factor is also come by the patient as well as the doctor also. If they trust, then only the this our data we can convert into the digital data to make the particular data standardization. Apart from that, integrating the geonomy data, it is a very critical, and it is not a no, standard format of that. So this is also handling the data data deposition and decision making based on the genomic data. It is a very much lacking area in nowadays also in our country. So this is also very important, one of the challenge. Another one is a language barrier. When, because I told you in previous we discussed about that assistive technology is there, but here is the language barrier. Nowadays it is solving little bit, but language barrier is also very much possibility. Means this is also the 4 5 areas where you can handle as a researcher. You can recover, you can take as a case study and solve the problem as a PhD work. These are the different challenges are there. And lastly, I want to conclude that data science is always wonder, which for the wonder for the society to develop in the future prediction in the valuable for the healthcare industry to further heights. And doctor is getting the more assistance provider. So number of doctor at a time, number of patients can be the treatment can be taken by that particular patient doctor. This can be the done with the help of this data science. Apart from that, I would like to say that the number of our target is always that the key recover the patient in the within the early stage only, because some other diseases are there where also we are not able to recover their lives. So this is a way the data science is help for early stage prediction. And nowadays we are planning for the advancement it is going on in your personalized medicine, personalized healthcare. It is going for the advancement of your process. So this is the future of the data science in healthcare. We have to, even if we are saying these buzzwords as IoT and deep learning and all this, but again technological advancement is required to improve the healthcare industry. Digitization is required, and less cost for the treatment it is required. And handling the large population, if the big population, because we saw in the second or third slide how the drastically population is increases, then how we can handle. These are the future aspect of our data science. And I would like to thank you all. And a special thank I would like to thank all the medical personnel and scientists who work relentlessly day and night for saving our life in COVID-19. Thank you.
बड़ी जल्दी बोलते हैं लोग. थैंक यू मैम. राजेश तिवारी जी.
Sir, thank you. Sir,
हाँ, तिवारी साहब, we are still yet to propose a vote of thanks to our speaker. You have been very quick to respond. Thank you. So, any questions, please, from the participants?
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, ma'am. How many data points are required to make a model? Minimum.
It is depend on the domain specific. We have to take the data points. It is not necessary to take 8 points or 10 points or 20 points. Not like that. In which area you are developing the model, based on that you have to take the data set. Because I have the ample of examples or use cases. You have to decide which use case you want to plan. According to that, you have to plan for your data points.
I mean, in my laboratory, if I'm doing some experiment on engineering field, mechanical engineering, on an experiment, and I want to make one model, small model, based on that. Is it possible?
You can prepare your chatbot, and you can go for the assistive technology. You can apply for that. I think that is a better for if you are the mechanical background, then it is a better to develop this one, and you communicate with your computer science or biological background one. They can develop the some programming way which can communicate and give the assistive technology in that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
परती साहब, अश्विन परती साहब, बहुत बहुत प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहे हैं हमारे। परती जी, कम ऑन, कीप ऑन योर कैमरा ऑन एंड प्लीज टेल अस सर व्हाट्स हैपनिंग विद यू। मिस्टर अश्विन परती, परती जी इज नॉट
Mr. Ashwin, you have to unmute yourself.
Ashwin?
Hello.
Ashwin sahab, good afternoon. Good morning rather. Not afternoon now.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning Ashwin sahab, बताइए.
Sir, my question is about this model, which is more popular nowadays, BERT model.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Which model is more popular?
This BERT model, which is being used by Google. Right, sir. So it is the one of the model which is being used in NLP. Right, sir. So my question is, when we are going to check the performance of our own model which we have created, so I need to just compare whether we can go for that or not, or we have to rely on BERT model.
So what are your parameters to measure? Performance you are going to measure, so you need to identify the parameters you are measuring with. क्या perform? Usually you talk about the accuracy, you talk about the efficiency, you talk about the scalability, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You talk about the optimal. So which parameter you are talking, and in terms of only that you need to, I suppose you need to compare your model. Rest I don't know, because the ma'am was talking a lot about this one. Uma ma'am, the question goes to you.
Yeah, depend on your model, because we cannot compare with Google models. But what is your aspect is little bit your aspect, which is not given by that Google, but you can develop with the help of your aspects. What type of parameter you want to use? What is a hyperparameter tuning you want to develop for that? Which particular angle you want to overcome the problem? Based on, that's why I give the data science process stages. You have to define your data problem. First, define the problem, where it is. You don't compare. You just observe what it is, a modern wearable device. Just now I explained previous launching various types of the models. So you have to think about that. What is the data is available? What problem you want to define? And what parameter you want to use to make your machine learning model. But is already available. But is available. Directly you can use and you can process.
Ashwin sahab, our next speaker, Dr. M.M. Kirmani sahab, all the way from Kashmir, he is also joined. He has already joined the session. So can we conclude and then take a break of 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes maximum, and then. So I request my faculty coordinator, Mohammad Islam Saab, assistant professor, please. I request you, sir, propose a vote of thanks to ma'am on behalf of CS&IT Manu, and then take leave. And after 5 minutes, please get back to it. Kirmani Saab, welcome you officially, and
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It has been a very nice session wherein I could add on so many things. Ma'am, hats off to you, ma'am. The way you have presented it, it has been an enriching experience, ma'am.
Islam sir, over to you, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity to give vote of thanks to Professor Dulhare, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for a very informational lecture on data science. The way you have explained about the healthcare data and its role in data science with statistical analysis was very helpful. Ma'am, you have explained the data science process with illustrative figures. That is also very helpful and highly informational to all the participants. Thank you, ma'am, for the knowledge imparted to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Have a
let
good
us
day.
meet just after a gap of 5 minutes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.
thank you.
Ashwin sir, catch you later.
Good morning, Lopa ma'am.
Good morning, Virendra sir.
Bansika ma'am, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Lakshmi ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
सर बढ़िया आप
अश्विन
बताइए कैसे हैं?
अश्विन सर तो आजकल हमसे गुस्सा चल रहे हैं, फोन भी नहीं उठाते।
अश्विन सर गुस्सा चल रहे हैं, बताइए सर।
फोन भी नहीं उठाते वो तो।
सर बिजी हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा, कॉल किया हमने, फोन ही नहीं उठाया।
हाँ जी, हेलो।
गुड मॉर्निंग गुरु जी, गुड
गुड
मॉर्निंग।
मॉर्निंग जी, गुड मॉर्निंग। अरे ऐसा मत
गुड
बोलो आप,
मॉर्निंग।
तुम्हारे मैसेज भी देखते हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं है।
अच्छा अच्छा, और कैसे हैं?
बस बढ़िया बढ़िया, मेरे में माइक नहीं चल रहा था।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा,
दैट्स व्हाई आई जस्ट स्विच टू मैडम्स फोन।
ओके ओके ओके,
चल मिलते हैं,
गुड।
बाय।
थैंक यू।